Hi, this is Mia. This is Thursday morning. It's 7:25, and it's weird being at the landings and piers late. And the time goes by faster. So say a month ago, it only been about 30 minutes. So 2 months ago, it would have been about 6 o'clock when I opened the gate. And a month ago, 6:30. Then 7, and another month. November it'll be like 7:30. We're still to leave home at 6:30, and there's a lot more traffic. There's a lot more buses. There's a lot more lights. In Easton, the lights, it feels like in the summer, let's say 4 months ago, would have been like 2 hours. 2 whole hours or 1 hour? 2 months ago would have been a whole hour. 4 months ago, but 2 hours, so it would have been 5 a.m. Open the gate at 5 a.m. And the lights in town to get on Route 50 are 2 active identities. How do you... I don't know. This is I needed to... Looking to access. What am I supposed to do with this ID me? Verified identity. Verified. Manage logins. I don't know. My account. What am I supposed to do? It says, according to your records, your login will expire. You previously verified your ID. Please log in. I feel like I do this like once every week and a half. ID expires all high assurance logins after 18 months of inactivity. This is all federal guidelines. I just logged into this. I must have. I don't think you can have 2 accounts. I just logged into ID Me because I had, was it coupon code for something? I don't know what it was. Certified. Oh yeah, it was like a bunch of furniture stores. So it gets really early, and then later the lights, instead of being either, they weren't really flashing yellow, or flashing red. We moved in the past 2 months, and I could take the back roads around his farm, which is either bad if someone's driving really slow, or they think you're driving slow and they get on your bumper. And then you take, instead of taking a light to get on Route 50 that you have to wait, that light was only like, there's a bug in here, like 3 or 4 minutes, 2, 3, 4 minutes. But you could get on that parallel to the road. Here's the light. You keep going on this side road, cross traffic, sit in the middle, wait for traffic, and then get on the road without waiting for the light. And I saw someone else zip past me doing that. 64 degrees. There's the sunrise, and then the rest of the water, and the entrance, or the pay machine entrance, and the restrooms. And then there's a picnic area, and there's this nice path. They're not supposed to have dogs here, but that's a nice path. Oh. So I gotta leave earlier. The later it is, I gotta leave earlier, which kind of sucks. It's like you think every week it's gonna be 5 minutes or whatever. Like, oh, sleep in 5 more minutes. That's what I've been doing. Or I'm like, I do really need to take a shower. I'm gonna take a shower, which I didn't do before my first aid CPR class, which was bad. Actually, maybe I did take a shower. I probably did, but that was 2 days ago. So I'm just trying to keep up with the hygiene. I still need to wash my hair. It's super dry and funky because of these braids keeping my hair from breaking off, and then mixed in with the broke off hair. I'm not using the headbands, but my hair still doesn't grow. It's like breaking off in my hands, like dry hay, worse than dry straw hay. Just like you think this hair hasn't grown, hasn't been cut, maybe ever. These hairs up here, maybe they were trimmed a few times back in the late 80s or early 90s, literally. And it just doesn't grow, it just breaks off. Unless it's braided, then it's a braided up, like, nest of mess. And it's like, bing, like springy. And then it's just like trying to have, I mean, I know black women will be like, when they see me walking by with this hair like this, but I'm trying. I mean, I had the headbands on and the scarves and all that, and I could put my hair in little bun thingies and the hair stuff, and I could walk around like that. Let's get out and do the work. I haven't eaten anything. Oh, I'm scared there's a bug. I'm like so scared of bugs. There's a bug in our bathroom. It was a cockroach that ran under the little foot towel. I'm so mad. We got it. I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the infestation of. It's not like you saw one day, like you brought something in our box from somewhere. Oh crap! It's not like there's one. It's like there's one that you see every day, and some big ones and some pregnant ones, and some males. Like, ooh, speaking of bugs, oh my god! I'm like, let's back up. Let's back up here. Speaking of bugs, oh my god! Could you see the spiders? It's funky. The wind's blowing them. There's like 3 big spiders. Oh my god, there's 4. And that's exactly what you want at all the holes in your house, so that all the critters don't come in. And if the cockroach is this big and this fat, like a mouse, these things are gonna get real fat. God help me. I'm so scared right now. What's worse, the spider or the... Oh my god, I think the spider... Ooh! My tooth. Okay. I gotta cancel my dental appointments. $1,000 they want to do scaling. And they're like, if it doesn't take, we'll evaluate it in 2-3 months. If it doesn't take, then we'll have to think of something else. But you have to maintain your teeth really well and your gums. So I have this looks like a new sign, no pets. Because it's all clean. These other ones look, I ain't touching any of that. It says no pets, no swimming. Swimming is allowed at Mattapique. To tell you the truth, I don't know why they don't allow swimming at some of these landings. It's like perfect beach / like water and rocks, and still space for the people to put their canoes and stuff in. I mean, there's got to be a reason. I don't like telling people they can't swim, and I have to tell them. They just ignore me. All the times the water's high, like now, and the rocks. Where is it? The rocks are. Let me go over there. The rocks. The water's pushing up against the rocks, so you'd have to just climb down the rocks. And it's not like a landing with it's not like a landing where the what you call where the I'm trying to think of the word, like, oh, where it gets really steep. Some of them up there cooler here. I guess I gotta come back with gloves and put that in the trash can. Sorry, I had to use the bathroom, so I'll go before I leave here. Go clean out the other one, and then I'll go. I keep thinking I see a bag. Yeah, there's a little piece of plastic at the front. So I'll stop up here on the way out without blocking the driveway. We're going to a concert tomorrow. I'm not really even in the mood for it, to tell you the truth. I am so tired, and it's going to be my birthday. So, hey, you're scared because you don't want to carry your purse. You don't want to have to figure out what to wear. It's like, just freaking wear your jeggings and your boots and just like some kind of tank top. and just throw the lightest sweater you have over that. It's going to be drenched with sweat. I don't know, it's getting colder outside, but and you just take your car key and leave the other keys in the vehicle, or leave your work keys. Last time I left them at home, but I don't work until Sunday. I might actually bring my work stuff with me. We might decide to stay the night in this county. We ought to go camping. I'm not going to be to work till Sunday morning, and it's not till like later. It's not opening. So I have Friday, Saturday, and then got to work Sunday around 9, 10, or 11. I'll miss the meeting. If we were going in person, I was like, can I come to work at 12:30? He's like, no, can you switch back? I was like, well, let's go. Like, you're going to be there from probably 12:30 to at least around 6 if it's slow, rainy earlier, or if in time, if you're supposed to be there 9 or 10, you could stay till 7 or 8. Scared me. So I'm gonna get in the truck for a minute and eat some nuts. I don't want to. I'm gonna eat some nuts and raisins for a minute, so I'm gonna go out on this pier with a bucket and clean. I need to clean stuff off my phone. I need to make sure we have our mask. I need to make sure we have our COVID test cards. I emailed them and texted them. I don't know if I texted them, but I don't want to take all of my wallet and all of my credit cards. I think last time I did take my leather regular purse, like there's a purse within a purse. I think I did take this leather purse, which is dangerous because the cards can, oh, I forgot to let that bug out. The cards can, like, pull out, like, fall out if it's upside down. So I don't know why I didn't bring my Doc Martens one. That one would be annoying, too. They both have thin straps. I put some nuts. I still gotta do my timesheet. That's due Tuesday, and it's already Thursday. There's a lot that I don't want to do right now. I'm feeling like I had to put it in this big bag. I didn't know what else was in this bag. These bags come in handy. I'm just recycling them from Vitacost orders. I'm really annoyed because I don't want to deal with anything right now. I don't want to deal with... I just want to lay around and get up here and there and clean and eat. I'm out of noodles. I ate the last of my noodles yesterday. I'm almost out of nuts. I'm thinking of going to the store and getting nuts. I got these raisins. These are partly for being a prepper, and the fact that if I have grapes in the fridge, I think there's a bunch of stuff in the fridge that we have to throw out. So, I'm disappointed in myself because I've been trying to work, and I've been slacking on my naturopathic billing big time. Big time. I can't even explain to you. Here comes somebody. I'm gonna change glasses. I should clean these ones because I get stuff in my hair. It all tastes like coconut. You have raisins and nuts, and you feel like you're eating cooked with oil, hydrogenated oil, and sugar, coconut and soybean, crispy soybean trail mix. You just put the almonds and the raisins together. It's like all of that. It tastes like all of that. I don't need this out. It's getting too bright. Prepping. Oh, I just want to sleep all the time. I feel bad. I'm having a real struggle with this year's going from summer, what you call it, not equinox. Ooh, what was the time change? From going to summer, the longest day, towards the shortest day in December, around December 21st. This time it is getting real tired. It's only October. I still gotta go through the rest of October, November, and then most of December. I did attend 2.5 day, I feel like it was 3 days, of a conference for HIV continuum of care. It started out with introductions and continuum of care, and there's a lot of like Oregon Health Authority, a lot of agencies and alliances and .org type, like people with .org email addresses. And I feel like as a lot of people were like employees of these places, and there's a couple, I saw 2 names that I recognize as naturopaths. People always, I say I'm a naturopath and a certified doula and a park ranger. They'll say, "Oh, you're a park ranger and a doula." I'm like, more of my reasoning for being here is as a doctor, but it's like they cannot put that with me. They cannot say naturopath or doctor or physician with me and my demographic. I remember someone talking about, was it the melanated? And some black doctors or people of color group on Facebook, and someone said, "Who is this? They're not a licensed naturopath. She can't be practicing medicine in my state, blah blah blah." Because the license, I probably was Maryland, the licensed state. And it used to not be, so people were practicing medicine. And I said, "Oh, she look crazy. Look at her nappy hair or something. Her hair a mess." I said, "They ain't seen my hair." You know, having that strip of headband and having my hair in a ponytail holder, you know, really makes a difference. And I got all the natural hair, the way God made my DNA, mixed in with my hand braiding. And they're gonna be like, I mean, I knew some people. There's one lady at the post office. She had her hair similar to mine, but the bigger braids. I said, "Well, you know, I don't want those chemicals. I don't want the freaking weave. I don't want to glue stuff or sew stuff or have something in my hair where I can't just go home and wash it and go to a pool the next day and not have to pay money to wear somebody's Mecca." Or, that's rude. It's not Mecca. When India people go shave their hair and then they gotta treat it for lice. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks beautiful. I feel like it wouldn't even match with my facial features and my brown skin, but it becomes normalized. Just like I have this funky, when one of my nails broke, and I see people with long nails, it's like, ew, that's unsanitary. Like, this one was just as long, if not longer. I'm like, well, I'm not getting my nails done. People have these big old square nails that are 1.5 inches long, and I'm like, I don't understand that. Is that supposed to be sexy? I don't understand. I feel like it's supposed to be sexy. Long hair, weave. It's just cut because of healthcare and because of food service. But it's like, my hands are so little that these nails still fit in gloves. That's how I broke this one in a glove. My tooth is bothering. I told you I was going to cancel that appointment. So prepping, people are saying their supply chain is getting down. People that own stores or managers at stores are having where they're used to get 99 to 100, 95, 99 to 100% of their orders in of their regular goods, including liquors if they can sell them, and they're now getting 30, 40, 50, maybe 40 to 60% of their orders in, even when they do smaller orders. I have this honey tea that was in the fridge overnight. So, okay, so I just need to get my notebook out and I'm going to stop the video. So I'm mad because I'm not buying 100 pounds of rice. My family members don't want me buying them 100 pounds of rice. I'm not going to eat it. My family members don't want me buying them 30 pounds of beans unless I'm going to eat it. So now I'm mad because I'm, I gotta put my wrist wrap on. I don't know where my other one is up here. And I got a banana and an apple. My hat is on this. Stay organized. I'm really having a struggle right now, guys. I'm not even joking. In the spring, I don't even feel like I was getting warmed up. But anyways, I did that 3-day conference at HIV. Started talking about different things. I can't remember. And then there's some networking stuff. And then there was some BIPOC safety rooms, luncheon rooms. And then there was some, at the end it started, I put up an article on white fragility. I was like, oh my god, I hope they don't kick me out of the group because of white fragility. And I ended up, what's today, Wednesday? Thursday. Let's say 6:44. No, let's say 6:43. I don't actually know when. It was before 6:45, but it was probably after 40. I should have been there before 40. Should have been there at 6:30. 7? Is it the 7th already or the 6th? I think it's the 7th. I put that up, and then the very end was talking about how the people of color and the BIPOC and the indigenous people were not getting the same care, and there was programs set up for people to how do you say, to help the underserved populations, the Latinx, Latino populations, people of color, trans people, queer people, and then the whites are still getting the funding for that, or getting the services. And it's like kind of like how Sesame Street was supposed to help the underserved populations, but the underserved populations weren't having electricity, or the kids were outside playing unattended. They weren't sitting at home watching Sesame Street learning their counts. And then the whites still got even more educated at an early age, and so then the disparity got even greater. The people that, and someone was talking, I really understood this. Someone was talking about if you have a program and you're funding it for underserved populations from government grants or whatsoever, and if you qualify for initial funding and you need to continue it, you have to do reports, and you have to do the reports correctly or you're not going to get funded. Now, I understand that greatly, and it sucks. Speaking of, Wells Fargo told me, oh, you have a $2,000 for your student loan, and oh, you only make $700 plus $200 a month. And I was like, these dang fools sure have not checked my income. I am not joking. And unfortunately, after the closing date, around the closing date for the loan that I was trying to get, I was out of town for 2 weeks with no vacation pay, so that definitely would have looked bad. But when you save money and you don't have vacation or holiday, and you're able to go out of town and afford a plane ticket and travel and not work, that means you set money aside and out of wisdom. Because whether you choose to not work, or whether you're not working because of the injury, or because the place is shut down because of disaster, it can be personal, it could be worldwide, it could be local. There's squirrels out here. Better watch out. I'm not used to seeing squirrels over there. Okay, it's time to go get my gloves on. Oh, I didn't get the gloves out, and I'm starting to use the bathroom. I'll probably use the bathroom first then. But so it started talking about racism and white privilege, and someone's like, are we able to deal with white privilege or something? Do they mean we, as in those of us that are alive right now, and we have to wait generations? And yeah, that white fragility, it wasn't necessarily, I just skimmed through the article. I didn't just want to random. It was kind of scholar. I don't know if it was from California college or something, but there was a lot of choices. It just, I didn't want to offend people and have white people say, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. It's like, you didn't choose to be born that color, the same as I didn't choose to be born this color. But we have to recognize that, or I kept bringing up religious people, talking about AIDS, HIV, people that you have to stay a virgin and get married and then have sex after you get married to that person, stay married to that person, don't have relations with anyone else. And so it's hard to, between that teaching and the family members being close and listening and the kids around, it's like, oh, you have this issue that sounds like an STI, and you are just with your partner who lives 10,000 miles away, who you're not around for several months, if not a year at a time. Yeah, you're married. We hope that they're not sleeping around, but they might be, or maybe they're not sleeping around. Maybe they had slept around before they married you, or maybe they didn't and they still have some kind of infection that you can transmit because you're having symptoms of STI. And I want to check gonorrhea and chlamydia. They are immigrants. Am I sure they're getting tested for hepatitis, TB, and HIV? I feel like they should be tested for HIV and TB. Yeah. So it gets to be like this religious thing, or there's stigmas. Oh, I'm not going to be seen parking downtown and walking to STI clinic or Planned Parenthood or this and this and this. No one's going to find the kids or the adults with condoms. Like, oh, you're not supposed to have condoms because you're not supposed to be having sex. And even if you're like my family, they're just like, you better not get pregnant. But they tell my brother, double standard, oh, when are you going to bring me a grandbaby? My brother wasn't married. There's you better not do what your cousin did and have a baby. Whoa, my mom was narcissistic. She didn't want to embarrass herself with an unwed daughter who had a grandbaby. And if I had had a baby back then, it would have been the cutest little thing, to tell you the truth. But whatever, I found out about condoms and birth control, and I had to go about myself, not through a school, not through a personal counselor, but through either purchasing it on my own to help with pregnancy. I wasn't even concerned about STIs, and then I ended up getting a STI that ended up resulting in me having precancerous cells in my cervix, and that's horrifying to think that possibly could have been passed down to my children. Someone wrote a report on that, and I was trying to figure that out. We were in med school, like, wait, can I get the data on that? So the prepping part would be, if I was going to get something, it'd be 2 or 3 6-packs of Crystal Geyser water, maybe a 35-pack. It used to be 35-pack of Crystal Geyser, a couple bags of seeds, sunflower seeds raw, a couple of bags of, I got a bunch of other nuts, but I don't have a month's worth of food. I don't have 3 months worth of food. I don't have 6 months to a year to 9 months worth of food and water. I got some things like this water you're not supposed to use. It's salty. So what would you do with that when you're surrounded by salt water and brackish water? So thinking about that is also another. I think, speaking of that, when I get back to the car, I'm gonna see if I have the freshwater fishing license. And if not, I'm gonna see if I can go fishing tonight and try to let loose. I was gonna go last night after my class and this eBay thing. So I'll talk to my partner after 9 or whatever and figure this out. I'm torn. I got some dry food. I've got some freeze-dried fruit. That's all cost prohibitive. I was on unemployment for a little while, and I had bought some of this stuff while I was on unemployment. I say, hey, if you got to prep, you want to stay out of debt, but you got to prep, get the water filters, get the Live Straw and the Sawyer Mini filter, and have it available, have the sleeping bags and the tent that I bought for $20 at Target a year and a half ago. I got the cold weather sleeping bags, so my partner said, we don't need cold weather, it's too hot, we're going to be sweaty. But the way I figure it, you bring a blanket and you bring a cold weather sleeping bag, you lay on that sucker when it's hot out with a blanket on you. And in the summer, it's nice to have a sleeping bag, and then in the winter you use the same bag instead of having 2-3 sets of sleeping bags. And then you can ventilate the bottom with the zipper. You can undo the feet part if you want. toiletries, female products, not just the regular pads, but the overnights, the thick ones, and the thin ones, and I like the wing ones, and the light days pads. I don't know why I feel like I had some jewelry and some cute clothes in there, and stuff to make crafts, including stuff you can make crochet. I don't think I buy acrylic unless it's mixed with wool, which I don't have any wool. I do have cotton though, it's like 100% cotton. I have stuff to make jewelry, bracelets, earrings. My boyfriend bought me a whole set of stuff, but I don't know if the set is, I don't think it's nickel free. He didn't know, he didn't remember. He was trying to buy gifts, and that I have probably enough to make a whole table if I want to go to a bazaar. You could barter that kind of stuff. I have my eBay store stuff is taking up a lot of space. They're all in plastic crates, but I want to get that stuff out of there, use up the shipping materials, because we're going to have to not deal with these bugs and or have to move and or not know the circumstances. We might have to move back into a one-room place, or we might have to go move, like, we don't know if they're going to renew our lease in 6 months, or in less than 6 months. We really have to be on top of that and not be put out, oh, let's collect a bunch of eBay stuff. Having some money on hand, having some silver, dimes or whatever on hand, even ones you find if you go to the bank and ask for rolls of quarters and stuff, you might get 2 or 3 in a year. But you can set those aside. And having coins in general, so you could use machines, like you might be like stranded somewhere, oh, this soda machine has $2 for a bottle of Dasani. You might not want Dasani, but you might say, hey, I got $50 in my wallet and 20 of it is in one, so you might want to use that or your card and buy up all the water. You might even buy up some of the soda if you don't drink it, or the juices or the granola bars, because you could barter that. You don't necessarily want to clean it out, but if there's a disaster and you have a satchel, you keep that satchel low profile so people don't see what you're handling, and you keep it, you keep it low. Where are my keys? You don't advertise that you have food and money and all that stuff, but besides, if the stuff hits a fan and say me, I haven't had soda or Coca-Cola or food coloring and all that for years. I don't know what happened to the key. If you were stranded out in the desert, here's my pocket. I got these new shorts on, I gotta get used to them. You're gonna be, maybe say, I might have to eat those Pop-Tarts, which people say are smaller with less icing. I might have to eat those Pop-Tarts. I might have to drink that Gatorade. Besides maybe sharing it with someone, giving it to somebody, bartering it, bringing it to your partner or your children who eat it. It's like, I might have to eat a hot dog on a bun if that's all there is. I might have to go fishing with the stuff that's in my, from work that I find on the ground. Here comes somebody. Oh, I forgot to put this. To put you away. So that's what I'm saying, guys, is you got to think about what you can have, what you can hoard and collect, defense to salvage that stuff. Who's going to stay home? Are you going to go out of town for 2 days and go camping and leave your preps in a neighborhood and say, oh, they haven't come in. They must be gone for a couple days. They haven't been here overnight. They must be on vacation. It only takes 5 minutes for them to break in and steal a bunch of your stuff. Between that and being able to survive with what's on your back or what's in your car or what's in your purse or your wallet, do you have matches somewhere? Do you have something in your car, your work office? Do you have a locker? You might have a life straw in there. It might be silly, but stuff hits the fan. You might have to grab whatever's in your locker. Like 9/11, you want to grab your stuff and run, and you don't know when you're going to be able to get home. You're going to try to run for your life. So your life and the clothes on your back and the hair on your head and the glasses on your face might be the only thing you have on you. You might have left your car keys. You might have left, your wallet and your medicines and your purse. You might just run. But you say, oh, crap, now I'm in a pickle here. But if I had gone back and get it, I would have been dead. So you have to think about how you're going to get home. Do you know the main roads? If you know the side roads that you need to get to and you know the main roads, you can ask for directions if you don't have a map or a GPS, if you don't have a cell phone signal or internet. That's one thing I want to learn here. I thought, what if I lose internet out here? I had to pull over, ask some person on the side of the road, hey, I'm trying to get to such and such address at the end in this town. Do I go left or right at these intersections? Like, you know, because if the GPS was out and all these farm roads, I would have no idea. So think about that. Let's start with that. AAA has some maps. I haven't gotten from them in a while. Do you have maps of your state and the surrounding states? Do you have an atlas? Do you have the maps, the details of the city or small town? How will you get a small town map? Is it a map with just a bunch of ads for restaurants on it? Well, that's a start. You can get those free at the visitor center. It's a start, and it has the major roads and the rivers, a water body, fresh water, and it has restaurants. If the crap hits the fan, you don't want to take and break in, steal something. Is there a bed and breakfast only open seasonally or closed for the pandemic, or do they have food stores in there? You take your $100 bills and you sleep in there and you use their kitchen and you pay them. I mean, I'm not telling you to do that. Sorry, that's trespassing. But is the innkeeper there? You bring the money and say, I need to stay here and I'm going to cook. Here comes somebody. Bye, guys.